On the 9th day of Christmas, the wind will blow and howl, but don't you ignore that growl. Hello everybody and welcome to day 9 of Bunter & Pet Care's 12 Days of Christmas. We're nearly at the end. Today we are talking about growling. Now, I don't know about you, but it kind of got drummed into me growing up and generally in life that if a dog growls, you need to tell it off. As if it's some kind of like major sin for a dog to communicate to you. And sometimes even now, if one of my dogs growls, I kind of have to stop myself from sort of interjecting and going, hey, don't growl, because, they're telling me something and I should listen. And everybody should listen when a dog growls, because that's a very clear communication that something is wrong. Something is happening to that dog that it's very, very uncomfortable with, and it's telling you, can you just please stop what you're doing? Could be pain related, could be fear related, garden related. There's all sorts of different reasons why dogs growl, and it's as a dog owner or anybody who kind of works with dogs, they need to understand what the growl is about and what to do when a dog growls. Like I say, I was kind of taught that dogs growling is bad and they shouldn't be allowed to do it. But it's only when I started studying dogs more that you realise how dangerous that is, because a dog's growl is like an alarm. It is kind of giving you a very clear warning that the next step after the growl, if the dog isn't being listened to, is a bite. Well, probably an air snap. Sort of like a warning snap, and then it gets to the real thing. Because if a dog air snaps you and misses your hand, that dog did that on purpose. If a dog wanted to bite you, it would, because they are faster than we are. And an air snap it's like a high level warning. It's like wow, wow, wow. It's big. If a dog had sort of alarms on it, like sirens, they'd be all red and flashing, and you should listen to your dog when they growl, because something is not right. And if you punish the growl, if a dog is repeatedly told off for growling, if they're not allowed to make that communication to you, it's like taking the power supply away from a fire alarm. You're only going to know that something's up when you're choking on smoke and the fire bursting through the door at you. Dogs are the same. You must listen to your dogs. They give off hundreds of warnings before they get to the growl. Generally, you should really, if you have a dog, you should have at least a very basic understanding of canine body language about what certain things mean, because dogs communicate with us all the time. It's just most people don't listen. They're always communicating with their entire body. They tell us by like the way they hold their tail, the way they wag their tail. And remember that a dog's wagging tail isn't necessarily mean that the dog's happy. They tell you with their eyes, with their mouth, with their face, with their entire body. It's only when you stop and actually look at dogs sort of interacting with each other and with other people that you can start spotting all the signs. So, if a dog gives you a whale eye, which is when they kind of look at the side of their eye and you can see the whites of their eyes, that's quite a clear signal. Yawning, looking away, lying down, scratching, sniffing the floor, all these kind of things. I mean, with all of these subjects that I'm going into here, the subject matter is massive, and I'd love to be able to fit it all into a video, but I would be here for like hours and hours and hours, because dogs are such amazingly complex and wonderful creatures, but really we only kind of have scratching the surface of what we know about them. So don't punish your dog for growling. Your dog is telling you something, and if it's growling, you need to listen. You need to step back and have a look at what could possibly be causing your dog to growl. Is it pain? Is it environmental? Is it another dog? Like garden or garden food or whatever. It's something that you, as a dog owner, you need to. It's your responsibility, and you need to learn what all these things mean. So I think that's it for today. Thank you very much again for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow for day 10. So I will catch you then. Bye.